Hello, and welcome to this discussion on the Blue Ocean assignment. And so we're going to look at this assignment in detail. So the big point here is you're going to download this document because this is where all the instructions are going to be for this assignment. So this is a great assignment to help position yourself in a way that can either make the competition for getting employment less relevant or completely irrelevant altogether based off how uniquely you position yourself in the hiring process. Okay, and so this is meant to help give you a compass or orient you on a trajectory that's going to help produce those results where you are much more likely to get employment than your competition. So what you're going to do is that you're going to do some research on either like the company site, job descriptions, Own It Online, Outlook, Occupational Handbook, Glassdoor, Indeed, or, trade journals, news articles, wherever you can find the resources. And you're going to identify 5 hard skills, 3 emerging technologies, and 2 soft skills. And then you're going to rank these different skills or technologies as essential, highly valued, whether or not they're in the skills gap, if they're saturated or expected, emerging opportunity, or license certifications. Okay, and so it will kind of look something like this. It'll be far more in detail down here, but to kind of show you an example. Okay, so if you have here for like a hard skill, so you put in statistical analysis. Now, some people are like, what are hard skills? Well, within the assignment, I actually put in 3 helpful links, tell you what a hard skill versus a soft skill is. So this is the first one. This is from Zeti. They have this is huge. Okay, so you can tell this is quite a huge list, and they go over different areas. This is actually a really good one. So they'll focus on skills. These are all hard technical skills. And so they kind of talk about how they could be used in a resume. These are computer skills that you can use because these are all hard skills that could be used. Again, resume examples. And it goes on analytical, marketing, presentation, management. And so it's very helpful list, very in-depth. This is another one from JobScan, which is another assignment we'll do later semester, but they kind of break down hard skills for different fields as well that you could find, okay, and where you can display them, how you can optimize or use them. And then Indeed has some helpful hard skill list. They have by side comparison, and so you can see the significant difference between like a hard skill or a soft skill. So then you'll just look at what you're seeing the hard skills. The job description is probably going to be one of the best areas, but ONET can be a great place as well as the Occupational Outlook Handbook and Glassdoor are probably the big ones where you'll probably find the most information. And so you just identify a hard skill. So like statistical analysis would be a hard skill. So, and then if you're looking to see the definitions, I got the definitions for each section here. So like characteristic, whatever hard, soft skill, emerging technology that you're going to use here. So essential, it's essentially required knowledge to do the job. Okay, this is huge. Got to have this. You can't do the job without it. Highly valued. Recruiters are specifically asking this of the candidate, so that's valued for that. Skills gap would be anything that employers struggle to find amongst most candidates. So this is a positive if you have this, because this is something where they're seeing a gap in skills from the available candidate pool. So expected or saturated, this is a negative, okay? And you kind of see this here with like Microsoft Excel and hard, so there's a technology skill, or hard worker as a soft skill, okay? The reason these are expected saturated, everybody says these things, okay? Especially going through business school, everybody knows Excel to some extent, right? And so that's expected. They just expect you to know that. They expect people to say they're a hard worker. It's overly saturated because everybody says it. Okay, so these are not Excel would not be an emerging technology. It would only be emerging if you were an expert at it, and very few people are coming out of college. Okay, but for most people, it's very heavily saturated. Emerging opportunity would be something that's newer to the field, or it's highly desired from a certain proficiency level. Okay. And so if you're like, you have an advanced knowledge of this, or that it's newer developing, then this would be something. So like you see here, SQL, or what's otherwise known as SQL, it's a CRM, customer relation management software. This would be an emerging technology. It's newer to the field. It's obviously not brand new, but like it's newer, it's highly desirable. So that would be an example of that. Or if you had like expert level Excel, that would be it there. I would probably put in parentheses, expert. License certification. Can you get a license in this? Okay, LinkedIn Learning is great to look at, so you can look at there and see where you can find the license or certification, and so that's great to utilize there as well. And so you're just going to plug these all in. You got the 5 hard skills, got the 3 emerging text, and the 2 soft skills. And you just plug them all in here. Part 2, you're going to look at the characters above and you're going to analyze which ones are red oceans. That means highly competitive. Most people are going to use these. Specifically, if anything that you put up here hits in this column right here, not all of those, stop it, the expected or saturated column. So if anything hits in this column, then that's what we would call red ocean, because everybody's saying it, or it's expected among everybody. And then looking above, let's look at the things that are blue ocean. So blue oceans are things that are emerging and highly valued. So what combination do you see from the 2 here that are emerging, high valued? That's what you put in here. Okay, some of these things are not going to all fit into these, and that's fine. Okay, we're just looking at a few. So which of these characteristics do you already have this blue ocean, as well as what's your proficiency? And then if you can you demonstrate that? Okay, if you're saying Excel expert, okay, prove it. What kind of formulas do you know, and when have you used them? If you don't have a characteristic that is blue ocean, what's your strategy to acquire them? Please give me some details here. Don't just give me like this quick little short little sentence. Part 5, which of these has the highest capacity to increase my salary, and by how much? This is just where you research, do your best. Okay. Not going to be super critical on these, but I want you to try. How can I use blue ocean characteristics to identified here to earn more money in a couple different ways? So see if there's other opportunities outside of just working that job. Maybe there's like you can work as a consultant, or you can have your own business. I mean, just, your services can be used elsewhere. 7, pick top 2 characteristics that have the highest capacities for earning upward mobility or higher ability. Okay. And then part 8, in what ways are there opportunities to earn additional money using this blue ocean strategy? And kind of going into that, can you offer these? If so, how? Part 9, which of these are you going to promote in your branding statement? This is an area where students miss the most points on. They're too vague. They're not specific enough. Please be specific on this. Okay, just show me specifically where you're going to incorporate this into your resume or branding statement, or both. Okay, and I do need to see your sources here. If you just say, my own knowledge, that's not going to cut it. Okay, you don't have the experience level on some of this stuff to be able to talk in detail about it. I need to see where it's coming from. So please source. I don't need it to be APA or whatever. I'm not going to be strict on it. I just got to see where it's coming from. And so then you just upload the assignment and you are done. That is it for this video, and we will